Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for another SmackDown Event Center Wrestling Report. And now, here is the man that will bring you the Wrestling Report, the host of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1765 of the show. And I hope you guys are having a very blessed Saturday afternoon. It is October the 26th, 2024, to almost 2:30 p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, we're about 5 days away from Halloween, for those who like to celebrate it. And as you know, this is the final Saturday of October 2024. And we're about to get into November very, very soon and quickly. And quick, fast, in a hurry. I'm telling you what, and this year's gone by way too fast, ladies and gentlemen. And I think, I think time is more. I think time flies when you're busy, they say. And sometimes you want to stop and just take the day in and all that good stuff, and just be thankful. So, so let's get going on what happened last night on SmackDown. Michael Cole is back. Found out he was on vacation with his family in Mexico for 10 days, which is really, really cool. I mean, Michael Cole deserves some time off, and his contributions to the WWE have been second to none. That type of deal. Here we go. Randy Orton was talking to Triple H in the gorilla position before he came out, and he comes out to address Brooklyn in the Barclays Center, calls out Triple H. Triple H explains why he's, doesn't want to make the match with Kevin Owens. The situation is, I'm protecting you. But Orton says, I want the match. And then Triple H goes, you know what? You got it. Triple H, it'll be Randy Orton, Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel. It says, be careful what you wish for. So Triple H knows something that Orton does not. So they had the match game number 7. LA Knight, the special referee for this matchup for Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. But after Hayes accidentally hits Knight and Mike snaps, and after Andrade accidentally hits Knight, Knight snaps, gets both men, rings the bell, addresses both men after the match, saying, "Hey, I'm the only one standing here." But a certain general manager would not be very happy with that decision. Nia Jax talked to Tiffany Stratton, saying, "Listen, I know you were not here last week and all, but Candice LeRae's been stepping up, and she's going to do something that you couldn't do, and she did something that you couldn't do. That was beat Bayley." So, and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell interrupted and said, "Hey, I'll tell you, hope you take care of this Naomi problem tonight." That's what she said. Nick Aldis, now LA Knight was about to walk out of the arena, about fed up with everything going on. And Nick Aldis said, what the heck was that all about? I said, listen, LA Knight says, listen, I'm the champ. So you know what? You'll get both men at Crown Jewel for the United States title. Triple threat. LA Knight is like looking at him like, okay. If I were LA Knight, I'm like, time for me to prove myself again. And that's probably what he's going to do. So there's that situation. Naomi went one-on-one with the Speed Women's Champ, Ray. And during the matchup, Indy Hartwell gets involved. Here comes Bayley. Here comes Bayley to even things up, distracting Candice LeRae. Naomi did pick up the victory over Candice LeRae. Lin-Manuel Miranda, actor and Broadway star extraordinaire, always big WWE fan, in attendance in the Barclays Center. Cody Rhodes and Gunther went face to face, and Cody Rhodes, well, a little upset the way Gunther had disrespected Cody Rhodes. And Gunther does not want to meet the public, but Cody Rhodes does the media rounds. Gunther says no. And then Cody Rhodes goes, I have enough guts to do this. He hits Gunther. They're brawling. Here comes Ludwig Kaiser attacking Rhodes. And then, while both members of Imperium attacking Rhodes, here comes Randy Orton coming back to chase them away. That leads and that will lead to next week's tag match. That could be the main event. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes of Legacy going up against Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther for the go home show before Crown Jewel. And all three general managers were hanging about, and the women's tag champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair arrived, and the three women's tag teams: Damage Control, Kairi Sane, Io Sky, the Meta Girls from Metaphor, Jakara Jackson, Last Legend of NXT, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. In fact, Nick Aldis made the announcement that at Crown Jewel to be a fatal four-way for the women's tag team titles. So, I think this is the first time two NXT superstars will be involved in Crown Jewel as Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Like I said, this is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair basically defending the women's tag titles against tag teams from each from a different brand. Damage Control on Raw, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend from NXT, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven from SmackDown. So this will be very interesting to see how that match plays out. Those Morris Sane Machine Guns, this has been a big night for these two gentlemen, and Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. They had DIY versus the Morris Sane Machine Guns. Heck of a matchup between these two teams. That matchup could have gone either way. And then they decided, and then Morris Sane Machine Guns ended up winning the matchup, which was a great, great feeling. But the night was not over for the Morris Sane Machine Guns. The Bloodline interrupts the celebration of the Morris Sane Machine Guns. And so Solo Sikoa introduced himself to the Morris Sane Machine Guns, and so the Bloodline. As I'm your tribal chief, yada, yada, yada. Goes on the 9 yards, and then and so the Morris Sane Machine Guns and said, Chris Sabin goes, hey, let us introduce ourselves to you. We're Morris Machine Guns. We're going after those tag team titles anytime, anywhere, any place. We'll take you guys. And then Solo Sikoa decided to have the bright idea, let's make the match now. Let's do it tonight. And Nick Aldis was in the ring because Nick Aldis was trying to stop him because we're not doing this now. Nick Aldis, I'll tell you one thing, he's doing a great job as general manager, being impartial, even though he has to be tough on some people, but he's being very impartial. He knows what to do. I gotta respect Nick Aldis. I have to respect Nick Aldis for this, for the job that he's doing exceptional job that he's doing as general manager. Sometimes you have to make the tough decisions. Like I said, Nick Aldis is a general manager I would respect and I would love to work for if I was wrestling. But I'm not. I'm not a wrestler, so. And then Nick Aldis goes, hey, these guys got to a grueling matchup, and I am not going to, and because of the advantage, guys have just because you guys have an advantage. And then Alex goes, no, we known us for a long time. We known you for a long time. We're not backing down from this. I said we want to do this. We want this match. And you guys want it? And he's like, you guys want it? How about Brooklyn, New York? All right, get a referee down here. Tag titles on the line. And during the matchup, Jacob Fatu will try to get involved. And so Jacob, and all of a sudden, a hooded figure attacking both Sikoa and Fatu. And it was none other than Jimmy Uso. And then, so Jimmy Uso was brawling with Fatu and Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Here comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns goes after Fatu. Solo Sikoa going after Jimmy Uso. All four men were brawling to the back. Keeps his thing in an even level. Even though Corey Graves said that it was ill-advised for the Morris Sane Machine Guns to take the match now. But you never know what, he probably understands why the Morris Sane Machine Guns take it, but even though it was ill-advised. But then, as the referee got knocked out during the matchup, so Tonga Loa decided to get a steel chair. Figured they can use it. And then all of a sudden, another hooded figure came out, super kicked Tonga and Tonga Loa, and everybody's going yeet yeet. And after the hooded figure took care of both Tonga and Tonga Loa while the referee's knocked out, he unmasked himself to be Jey Uso, the former Intercontinental Champion, because they cost him the title this past Monday night. And Jey Uso wakes up the referee. The Motor Machine Guns hit the skull and bones on one of the Tongans. 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen, just their third matchup in their second night on SmackDown. The Motor City Machine Guns are your new WWE Tag Team Champions. And I'll tell you one thing, you're talking about making an impact. See what I did there? Of course, making an impact. They made Solo Sikoa made the joke during the promo that he did. The Motor City Machine Guns are your new WWE World Tag Team Champions. That's a huge match for them. You know, like 3 matches in, and boom, in the WWE, and boom, they're the champs. They've held titles mostly throughout every organization they've been involved. Every major organization they have been involved in, except for AEW. Might I digress, though? This was a huge deal for the Military Machine Guns, and I'll tell you one thing, you gotta thank Jey Uso. What goes around comes around, Bloodline 2.0. You cost a man the Intercontinental title, he'll cost you your tag team titles. Jimmy Uso comes back out, saunters to the ring, looks at Jey Uso who's wandering in the ring. Both men embrace. The Usos are back together. Let's get on. And Roman Reigns was kind of looking on. Hopefully Roman Reigns understands, and Roman Reigns does understand. He said, listen, I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you. But that was last week. We'll see what happens this week. And so hopefully Jey Uso will forgive Roman Reigns. So there's the deal. All right, so that's it for the SmackDown Event Center. Let's go to Halloween Havoc. And Halloween Havoc, there are 5 matches available. And the majority of 4 to 5 are title matches. All right. North American title on the line. Kaylani Jordan versus a member of Fatal Influence. I believe, and I predicted this, that any member of Fatal Influence, that's the unknown factor with Fatal Influence. Whoever is chosen, they have the advantage. That's why I picked one of the members of Fatal Influence. I picked Fallon Henley, and she's going to win the North American title. Unless they have the ice of sleeve. Because remember, after they spun the wheel, and they're about to announce what kind of matchup they have, because it was Spinner's choice, the lights went out and Zarya appeared. Maybe Zarya is the 4th member of Fatal Influence. I don't know. That's the unpredictability of NXT right now in the women's division. And because this past NXT, I think according to what I'm reading reports, that 26 women were featured in this past NXT. I mean, that's a big deal. In the NXT women's division, Shawn Michaels was cooking the whole thing. So I picked Fallon Henley to be chosen as a member of the Fatal Influence to challenge Kaylani Jordan, and Fallon Henley walks out Women's North American Champion. Ambulance matchup, Andre Chase versus Rich Holland. Rich Holland's size and strength is going to be too much for Andre Chase at this point. I picked Holland to win the match. Meanwhile, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez in a tag match against Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. I picked Julia and Vaquer to win that one. And the Tables, Ladders, and Scares match for the North American title. Tony D'Angelo versus Oba Femi. I picked Femi to become the champion once again, but he is going to have a little bit of help. Because we had an unknown assailant attacking Adriana Rizzo on the back. But I put 2 and 2 together when he handed the coat to Nikita Lyons. I believe Nikita Lyons will be the lady that will cost Tony D'Angelo and and Adriana Rizzo, and Obafemi will get his title back. Sorry, Tony. I like to see the Don keep the title to really prove himself to be a legit NXT Women's North American champion, but in a table ladders and scares match, anything goes. And unfortunately, this rate, and I know Dan's going to be a little upset with me about that, but Femi's going to retain because of Nikita Lyons. You can see Nikita. I think Nikita Lyons as a heel is going to help her stock in the women's division, and really can go to town. Because, and I'll tell you one thing, the new change in attitude, I thought we would see that when she was Faith the Lioness in in WoW, when she aligned herself with Lana Starr. So, but I think her being a heel here on NXT, Nikita Lyons is really going to really take the stock up to the next level. She might be another women's champion and a threat in the women's division. Who knows for sure. So, in the last matchup, Devil's Playground matchup, Trick Williams defending the NXT title against Ethan Page. I see two-time Trick keeping the title. So, and that's for tomorrow's Halloween Havoc. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Episode 1765 of the show. Next episode, we're going to talk about what happened on AEW Rampage last night. Alright, thank you very much for tuning in. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.